Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review slash tutorial on the new controversial Subculture palette by Anastasia. I did this eye look right here with this palette. I'm setting up this video a little different than some other videos that I've done. I already filmed the tutorial, obviously, since it's on my eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and then after that I'm going to do the pros and cons of this palette and what I think. When I did the tutorial, it was a first impression. That was the first time I'd ever touched it. I hadn't swatched it, nothing. Like, it was literally brand new. I haven't watched any reviews on this. I've just seen some tweets because I didn't want my review to sway towards anyone else's, but I obviously have been on Twitter, so I've seen some tweets about this. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go straight ahead to the tutorial if you guys are interested in that. If you don't want to see the tutorial, I'll put a time mark down at the bottom for when the actual review starts. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys an eye look that I'm going to do with the Subculture palette by Anastasia. As I said before, I've never touched this palette before, so this is going to be a complete first impression tutorial type thing. So here we go. As you guys can see, I already have makeup on. I've already primed my eyes and all that good stuff. So I'm first going to go in with Dawn. We're going to put that all over the eye. Okay, so I see what people are saying when they say that this is a powdery eyeshadow, because when I just stuck this brush in it, there was a lot of powder. I'm just gonna tap though, because it is, as you can see, it is extremely pigmented. It's not like it's lacking in the pigment area. Next, I'm going to go in with Fudge right here. This is what I mean by it's powdery. You can see the amount of powder that came off on that right there. But I mean, I don't think this is much different than any other Anastasia palette I have. I mean, I've always experienced it to be kind of powdery, but I've also experienced a ton of pigment, so I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. So I'm going to put the Fudge in the crease. I picked up too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick some of that over here. Now that that's in the crease, I'm just going to take a Morphe E22. This is a clean brush. I'm just going to blend that out. Next, I'm going to take Destiny right here, this greenish color, and with the flatter side of the Anastasia brush, I'm just gonna get a little bit, and I'm going to put that on this outer corner right here. And then I'm just going to take another clean blending brush and blend that out. We're gonna keep it in the outer corner. After that, you want to use some NYX glitter glue, and we're going to put that all right here with the glitter glue. You want to make sure you just pat it on so you don't mess up your eyeshadow. We'll let that dry for a second. After that, you want to take Electric right here, and it's hard to see on camera, but that one is like a shimmery greenish yellow shade, and you want to put that right on top of the glitter glue. Not gonna lie, that's not coming off on my brush very well. I know that's a really awkward angle, but that's not picking up very well, so we'll see how it looks. And you just press it onto your eyeball. Don't slide it around, just press. And then once you get that looking how you want, you're gonna go back in with the Destiny right here and put a little bit more next to this color because you want it to blend. Same thing, clean blending brush, blend that out, and be careful with it. I'm actually going to take a Sigma blending E36 to blend that out, because I just think that other one I was using might have been too big for what I'm trying to do here. And now I'm just gonna go back with the bigger blending brush and blend the ends out seamlessly because I got the inside looking how I want. I will say that electric shade has a lot of fallout because I'm seeing a lot of green sparkles on my face right now. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this green is kind of patchy. I'm still going to I'm gonna put some more of that fudge, which was that brown that we used at the beginning, back on there and blend that out and see if that helps. But I just felt like that green on the outer corner is just looking patchy. Okay, this is not turning out how I want it to. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see, like right here, it's just not like blending out that well. And I have primer on, like when my eye is open, I think it looks okay. But then when I close it, you see the spot right here where it's just not blending out very well. I'm gonna see if I can fix that because I like the look that I'm trying to go for. But we will see. This eye is blending out a lot better than the other eye, so maybe I just have too much primer in that one section of my other eye, so I can probably try and fix that. Now I'm just gonna clean that up with a little bit of translucent powder. While I'm letting that bake set out here, under my eye, I'm going to add a little bit of fun, and I'm going to do All Star. Just that fun pop of color, and then I will blend some of that green color back into that. So I know this looks a little crazy right now, but once I've got the false eyelashes and some eyeliner on, then we will be good to go. I'm also gonna blend this out a little bit better. But yeah, I will see you guys back on camera in a few minutes. Okay guys, so I am back and this is the finished look with some eyeliner and some lashes. So overall, I really do like the way that this turned out once I kind of fixed some things off camera. All I did off camera was blend it out a little bit more. I didn't want to spend all my camera battery on blending. So you guys saw I had some challenges with the green color. I'm still not really sure if that was the color itself or if it was that I had too much primer on or anything like that. But in that tutorial, I only tried out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the colors. This palette does have 14 colors, so I did not try out all of it, but I will go ahead and insert some swatches of the other colors to show what they look like with a finger swatch. I don't like brush swatches. I feel like without a primer, brush swatches don't really do much, and that's just my opinion though. I know some people like it, but I'll go ahead and insert those swatches right now. I know that arm swatch was a little bit weird. I kind of got carried away and in a diagonal line. But anyway, when I swatched those, I just ran my finger in a circle 3 times and then just did one swipe on my arm. I did not do multiple swatches. So obviously you can tell, I think all the colors are very pigmented except for Cube and Electric, which Cube is that iridescent white color and Electric is this color right here. If you watched the tutorial part, you saw that I really had to like pack on the product for that. But all the other ones I did not have a problem with. Honestly, the Anastasia eyeshadows are definitely in my top 4. I love Lorac, Tarte, Anastasia, and Natasha Denona. Those are my top 4 eyeshadows, and this palette still confirms that for me, but there are some cons. I do see what people were saying on Twitter about them being powdery, but in my opinion, that's how all the Anastasia shadows have been. The only thing that felt different to me was the consistency of the metallic shades, because in the other Anastasia palettes that I have, and I have 5 other ones. The metallic shades are super, super, super buttery. And in this one, in this palette, I just didn't feel like they were. Now, Adorn, which is this color right here, I would not consider that a metallic shade. That's just a shimmer shade. But Cube and Electric, those are metallic shades to me. That's just how I would describe them, and I don't think that they are as pigmented as other metallic shades in previous palettes. So those are my major cons. And then another con that I have is this palette does not have a transition shade, in my opinion. I thought that Dawn was going to be a transition shade, which is the first color that I put on my eyes in the tutorial, but as you saw, it came out pretty yellow. So that's maybe on darker skin tones, but right now I'm really not as pale as I normally am, so I still feel like that's probably not the best transition shade. I really like the packaging. I think that's super, super cute. Obviously exactly like Modern Renaissance with the velvet, and then same setup on the inside and everything. Nice large mirror, comes with a good brush. Eyeshadows are good quality. Almost everything is extremely pigmented, as you guys saw in the arm swatch. Sorry about how terrible the arm swatch was. I promise I will get better at that. That just ended up going halfway off my arm. But overall, I think this palette is a good buy. I think, as much as I love Modern Renaissance, I think that the color selection in this one is better. The only problem I have with the colors is there's no transition shade. So that sucks. I think that you would need some lighter colors, like a color to set all over your eyes and a transition shade. But if you are a makeup junkie like me and probably most other people watching this video, it's got a bunch of different colors that I personally have not seen in other palettes. I really, really like the muted tones. For me, I really enjoy it. I really think I'm going to enjoy this palette, and I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. It would get a 10 out of 10 if the metallic shades were as good as they have been in previous palettes, and if it had a transition shade. That is just such a huge thing for me, because I know I cannot take this palette on its own when I go on a trip. Or when I'm going to stay at someone's house, or you know, anything like that. I'm gonna have to bring another one if I want to use this one. Like I've said before, Anastasia is some of my favorite eyeshadows. It has been for a very long time. I think they're always extremely buttery, extremely pigmented, and when you get extremely buttery and pigmented shadows, most of the time you're gonna get a little bit of fallout, a little bit of dust, shall I say. So that doesn't bother me that much, as long as I'm not losing half of the product to fallout. It's just, you know, very minuscule. So I think it's worth it. It's really all I've got to say on this palette. My favorite palette by Anastasia is still the Master palette by Mario. So this one did not jump over that one, but I do still think it's pretty good, and I really like the color selection. Now, like I said, I have not used more than just 5 colors, but I have swatched all of them. Swatches felt pretty good to me, and I put my trust in Anastasia. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please leave a comment down below if you think you're gonna get this palette, if you did get this palette, if you like it, if you don't, just talk to me about it. I wanna know what you guys think. Like this video, subscribe to me, follow me on Instagram. I'll have that link down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.